And once again, welcome back to the show. The show, of course, Philly Sports Spotlight. Now, recently we had a chance to take a look at the 2012-2013 Temple Owls, who were at the time were off to a 6-0 start after knocking out Villanova. But the Owls on the losing end of a loss to second-ranked Duke, but that's okay. Temple still near the top of the Atlantic 10 table. And speaking of the A10, and as promised, my good buddy Joby Smith back again. St. Joe's Hawks. They were picked in the preseason by the coaches to be one of the teams that finishes near the top of the table as far as the Atlantic 10 is concerned. You had a chance to take one of their games in recently and talk to Phil Martelli. What's your feel?
Well, I think they have what it takes. I think obviously you're going to have a good mix of veterans and young players that come together on the floor, but they certainly have the foundation to do that, Phil. And Hawk Hill fans have plenty of reasons to be excited about the real potential for Coach Martelli's troops to make their way back to the NCAAs. That magical 2003-04 season for St. Joseph's ended in New Jersey at the NCAA Tourney Elite Eight against Oklahoma State, and the Hawks have only made one other March Madness appearance since then. Earlier this season, Coach Phil Martelli with a team favored to win the Atlantic 10 Conference and get back to the NCAAs, playing a strong game against the Fighting Irish.
All these are tests, and you take all the tests so that you can get to the final. And the final will be the 16 Atlantic 10 games. These are all tests, and that's the way the schedule's set up. So Notre Dame, we came out, honestly, the kid cramps up, we win the game, we stayed resilient. You know, we probably got a B on that test.
Hawks captain Langston Galloway left it all out on the floor during that test against Notre Dame at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, and the junior guard continues to work hard and uphold the tradition of the program. You take a lot of pride in playing defense?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can control that. I mean, and I just want to make sure I lock up whoever I'm guarding.
The goal is to get to the tournament. You take it game by game, but this team definitely is counting on you. And how do you feel about that responsibility?
I mean, it's not really a big responsibility. I mean, all these guys know what we all can do, and we all just count on each other to pick each other up and keep playing.
Do you talk about getting to the NCAAs?
We know what our expectations are. We really don't have to say anything about it. We just got to go out there and win and keep going forward.
St. Joe's competes with a strong mix of upper and underclassmen. Sophomore guard Chris Wilson played in 33 games last season and strives to be consistent on both ends of the floor. How important is it for you guys to have balance on the offensive and defensive end?
I think, obviously every good team is balanced. I think your best teams have a lot of weapons, and I think that's one good thing about this team. We've got a bunch of guys who can hurt you on any given night, and so you can't put too much attention on one player. I think that's a great thing about our team.
So, Mr. Smith, Philly college basketball fans, they have 6 teams they can root for here, and that's what makes it so great to watch college basketball here. And 3 of those teams are actually in the same conference. We talked about Temple. We talked about St. Joe's being in the A10. We also have LaSalle. Dr. John Giannini doing a pretty good job in that respect as well.
Yeah, and that conference always ultra competitive. Giannini definitely has his team on a 5-game win streak as they head into Saturday's matchup at Bucknell. The Explorers have already beaten Villanova, Penn State. We'll see St. Joe's later in February at the Palestra. John Giannini has won more games in the Atlantic 10 than any other LaSalle coach. He's coming off a 21-win season and a berth in the NITs. That was the first postseason appearance in 20 years. 6-1 start is the best since 2005.
Yeah, John has done a great job since taking over that program. Okay, next week we're going to wrap up a look at the City Six. We've got 2 schools left, Penn and Drexel, 2 schools that are separated by just a couple of blocks. We're going to take a look at both of those schools and see how they're doing up to this point in the season. Okay, we're coming down the home stretch here on Philly Sports Spotlight, and when we return after the break, well, Sebastien Letou, the most popular Frenchman in Philadelphia pro soccer, has returned. Stay tuned. And as we return to Philly Sports Spotlight, we do so with the answer to our trivia question. The question, of course, was, who was the last Eagles rookie quarterback to rush for a touchdown? And I know what a lot of you are thinking because I threw that question out here and everyone had the same answer. Donovan McNabb, Randall Cunningham? No. How about John Reeves? back in 1972. He was the last Eagles rookie quarterback to rush for a touchdown. You know, when the Philadelphia Union decided to start building their roster several years ago, one of the players they signed was Frenchman Sébastien Letou, who fast became a fan favorite. So when the team traded him last year, it caused quite an uproar in the Union fan base. Well, guess what? Team management correcting a wrong recently. The team reacquiring the forward from Red Bull with general manager Nick Sakiewicz stating that he's back where he belongs. You know, when Letou was with the club between 2010 and 2011, he scored 25 goals in 62 league appearances. Last season, only 5 with the Red Bull. Now, while on the subject of the Union fan base, kudos once again to the Sons of Ben fan group for their ongoing efforts to give back to the community. Recently, the SOBs, as we have fondly called them, held their annual Help Kick Hunger fundraiser, and once again raising over thousands of dollars to give back to the community. So once again, job well done, fellas and ladies as well. Now, for those of you not familiar with the Sons of Ben supporters group, you're going to get a chance to get to know a little bit more about them thanks to a documentary being released in 2013 by Rothbury Road Productions. Check out this trailer for that movie.
Never been a situation where the fans have driven the decision of a league to put a team in place.
What you're going to see today for the first time is the Sons of Ben kind of flexing their muscle a little bit.
The moniker of, here before the team, absolutely 100% rings true.
We first heard of the Sons of Ben, obviously, before there was even a team. I mean, Sons of Ben were around before there was a Major League Soccer franchise that was awarded to Philadelphia.
There's no better way to show that we need a team than to be fans of a team that doesn't exist, and to start our own supporters club.
There's no better group of fans than the Sons of Ben.
This is who we are. We're the Sons of Ben, and our goal is to help bring a Major League Soccer franchise to the city of Philadelphia.
It was the spirit of the Sons of Ben that helped persuade the league to grant this franchise to Philadelphia. Am I right, gentlemen?
Anytime anyone hears the story and was like, you? And I get to say, yeah, I got to have a piece in history.
Make some big noise in there, and when we start singing, join in.
It's amazing. I still don't believe it myself.
Guys, this is going to be seen by fans all over the world. We are the best supporters club in the world.
Union!
Looks good, doesn't it? And trust me, folks, I actually joined the Sons of Ben 4 years ago, and the founding fathers of that group never in a million years envisioned what they have become today. They started as 8, and now they're well into their 3,000s. The group has gotten very, very big. By the way, if you have a story idea that you would like to shoot our way, do not hesitate to jump on our website. There it is, www.wmcm.tv. Give us your information, and we'll see what we can do about getting your story on this show right here. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Philly Sports Spotlight. On behalf of the entire crew, don't forget, we'll see you back here next week on Philly Sports Spotlight at 7 and 11:30 Wednesday. See you then.
Now I'm inking my chest, trying to triple my chest. I spit through the rest, buying a Mitchell and Ness, flying and fit you the best. From NY to LA, North Cackalack to Baton Rouge, all across the latitude, everybody rocking them snapbacks and tattoos, nice whips, fly chicks, all that.